Hello, everyone. It is I, Darth Paradigm, and it's high time I reviewed my Kyberlight V5. You've all been very, very patient, and I do appreciate you waiting for me to get my act together. But I've done plenty of videos on this hilt so far, and yeah, it's a real winner. So I did a video where I unboxed this. I did a video where I put on the new accessories, and I did a video showing off the sound fonts and how their smooth swing compares with both CFX and Profi boards. So there's been plenty of content up to this point. So we're just gonna kind of focus on the functionality of the saber, and hopefully I get everything right and I remember all the mishmash of things that the saber can do. But this now has the Shadow Guard bundle, and considering how it's set up from the emitter to the end of the pommel, it's 12.5 inches in length. Currently, the diameter of the sleeve is it's just shy of about an inch and a half. I don't remember what all the names of the accessories are. I haven't memorized them, but I just throw them as the Shadow Guard bundles. So this is my Shadow Guard V5. I do know that this sleeve is called the fulcrum, and it's the sort of a carbon fiber weave sort of looking thing. And of course, this pommel is unique to the Shadow Guard bundle. I mean, you can buy each one of these separately, but in the bundle, this is included, as is this very, very medieval looking emitter. I don't remember the name of the emitter. What normally comes with your Kyberlight V5 is this angled matte black finish emitter piece to go with the matte black finish. Hilt also comes with a matte black sleeve and a very low profile matte black pommel, which, as you can see, is very, very low profile. I am not currently using the blade that came with the saber. They don't use diffusing film in the blades Kyberlight provides, even though it's 32 inches, which is the proper length. But they are heavy. They're made for heavy dueling, and without the diffusing film, it just doesn't really do the LEDs justice. Because these LEDs are a lot brighter than what you would find on the V4. Eventually, I'll do a comparison between the V5s and the V4s, but right now we're just focusing on this thing. One thing to take away, the V5 is a lot lighter than its predecessor. This thing weighs very, very little. It's a featherweight. It almost feels like you're holding I don't know, something that's like a piece of graphite or something that's just very, very light. So, when you're handling it, it just, with the blade that I currently have on here, which is just an Ultra Edge, an Ultra Saber's Ultra Edge mid-grade blade, it weighs nothing, and it's just a delight to wield. So you have your blade retention screw here. That's the screw that holds on the emitter piece. Main power switch, auxiliary switch, recharge port. The Saber does come with a recharge cable with an AC adapter, and various and sundry screws that you need for the different configurations. Some configuration use other screws than the ones you use for other configurations. Not only that, it comes with a hex key. Mine did not have said hex key. That was missing. Who cares? So you have a CoverTech wheel, which is also one of the portions that holds the sleeve in place. And this is the other screw. So there's one screw on each side that secures this. The one thing of note is that all of these accessories fit much, much better on the hilt than they did with the previous iterations of the Kyberlight. I find that the secure fit of the emitter, and especially with the sleeve doesn't move around. It doesn't rattle around like it did in previous versions of the Kyberlight. You used to have to go in there with like a little bit of tape and you have to put in Scotch tape and just kind of like bulk it out so that this thing did not rattle around. So they've really worked on the fit, and of course the pommel just slides in. There you go. Now this saber is not in deep sleep mode, but I think basically when you turn it on, when you hit the power button, it'll wake it, and I can't remember if it actually just turns the saber on or if it just wakes the saber and then you have to hit the power button again. But just a tap, turns on. You have to hold it to turn it off. You cycle through the fonts with this button here. That's light side. That's dark side. That's dark saber. And back to light side. Now, one of the interesting things that you can do with this saber, if you're going to be dueling with it, is you can hit the auxiliary button 3 times while the saber's on. And you're going to hear a beep sound. Did you hear that beep sound? Let me do that again. And that beep sound, if I did it right, should mean that if I were to hold the power button down, I can't actually turn the saber off. I also can't use the lockup feature or blaster block. It's designed strictly to lock the saber in a mode where you can duel without worrying about your saber turning off inadvertently. To turn that feature off, you just simply have to hit this 1, 2, 3. You hear your beep. And now you can turn your saber off and use your, let me show you. You have your blaster block. Oops. If you hit this too rapidly, that leads us to the next feature of the saber, which I'll show you in a minute. So you can't hit this too rapidly. I'm going to show you why. This is your lockup, and that's how that works. Now, color changing, and here's why you can't hit this too rapidly. 3 pushes of this, and you hear that beeping sound? That's how you do color changing. I think there's something like 11 fixed colors on here. It works very much like a CFX or a Profi if you have like the Profi 2.2. And once you get to the color that you want, let's see. I think this is my color. You just hit your button, lock in your color, and you're good to go. Now the cool thing about this is you can do that for each one of the fonts on the saber. So the dark side, you can obviously have it set to red or orange or whatever your favorite dark side color is. And with the dark saber font, I choose yellow because I don't know that. I mean, there isn't an actual black setting on here, and to me, white is a Sokatana. So I just pick whatever random color that I see fit to select. And for me, yellow is my dark saber color. I like yellow as a blade color, so that's what I go with. Now, another feature that this saber has is if you want to know what your power level is, you just hold, or the power level of the battery, how much battery drain, where you're at from like 0 all the way up to 100%, which is fully charged. You just hold down the auxiliary switch. 86%. And it'll tell you that your battery is at 86% of capacity. Another thing that you can do is you can change the volume of the saber by holding down, let me see if it is, this is the one thing I didn't rehearse. I think it's hold down the power switch. 25%. Yeah, you hold down the power switch and then you tap the auxiliary switch. The volume is now at 25% of volume. That's mute, or that boosh sound should indicate that this is on mute. Let's find out. I failed. All right, you have to hold it and then hit that. All right, now it should be on mute. All right, there you go. So you're on mute. So in theory, you can have this on mute, and then you can lock the buttons. So you can duel without sound at your heart's content for as long as you need to, as long as the saber holds out. I don't know how long this stays charged. Probably should have looked that up on the website, but it seems pretty energy efficient. So, and well, the only thing that's kind of a drag is you can't really swap out batteries. So, you know, once the saber starts to drain to a certain point, you're gonna have to go and get recharged. So it is what it is. So let's do this again.
100%.
So now you can hear 100%.
$75. 50%.
That's usually where I keep it at. It's reasonably loud. It's really low. Of course. Mute. And you still have your flash on clash. You still have your blaster block and lockup features, even on mute. So let's put this back at 50%.
100%.
You really have to hold the
75%.
You really have to hold this button for a good second to
50%.
get this to work right. Okay. So now I have it on the light side with my desired color at 50% of volume. See? That's about as fast as you can hit this. So it's not without its drawbacks, but they're few and far between. And I find that this is a much more refined version of Kyberlight's hilt than they've previously released. And I'm quite enamored with it. I really am. Plus, you know, I'm the kind of person that I'm not going to customize this again. This is how this is going to stay. I'm probably not going to be getting any more accessories. This is just, as far as I'm concerned, this saber is finished. I have the same sort of approach with my other two Kyberlights. I have the gold one, which is sort of kitted out to be kind of a temple guard sort of configuration, a Jedi temple guard configuration, and then the very first Kyberlight V4 that I bought, just a standard silver finish. That one's set up as a katana with the Suba and everything, and a really gnarly pommel that looks a lot like something you'd find in the Middle Ages that you could bludgeon someone to death with. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say about the Kyberlight V5 other than, you can't customize the fonts. The fonts that are on here, standard fonts. They're fixed, and but I mean, this thing is really designed for the purpose of being customizable to a point, and then it's meant to be used for heavy dueling. Essentially, this is the ultimate duelist saber. With one of these, you're not really going to be worrying about breaking it too much. Now, I don't know how durable the soundboard is. There have been stories of electronic failures in Kyberlights that I've seen on YouTube. I have the two V4s that I've had since when I started collecting sabers. So I've had each of them for a couple of years. I've used both of them extensively, and I've never had any failures in the soundboard. But even with those, you can actually swap out the V4 with a V5 soundboard. So that's a nice option to have, because I have to say that this is a vast improvement to what a Kyberlight was previously producing, and it's a beauty. So anything else that I have to say at this point is rambling. If you have any questions regarding this saber, please go ahead and hit me up in the comments. I'm now on Instagram, so I've put a link to Instagram on my YouTube page. Plus, I did post about that earlier today. So that's a new thing I'm going to try. The Instagram is pretty much going to be dedicated specifically to talking to people about sabers and Star Wars and fun stuff like that. I've been hesitant to use my Facebook account for my channel because, quite frankly, it's my personal Facebook, and I'm friends with quite a few people on Facebook, but not too many. I've had to kind of be really a little bit conservative with how many people I friend on Facebook. So if anybody has friended me and I haven't friended you back, it's nothing personal. It's just until I know people well enough. That's just something I was trying to mitigate getting too deep into. But with the Instagram, you can follow me, I'll follow you, and we'll just go nuts with the Star Wars thing. And basically, as far as I know, I'm going to be using that for just posting all the stuff that I can't really make a big video about on this channel. Some of my really short comparisons that I used to post on people's Facebook pages, like I'm gonna throw all that on my Instagram and see how that goes. So hopefully I'll see you there. In the meantime, thanks for listening to me ramble. Hope this review was helpful. And hey, I hope the next week, the week coming, is peaceful. And just we need to, just show the love. Everyone needs to show the love. Please show the love. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. And may the force be with you. And I will catch you in the next one. You have yourself a wonderful evening. Until next time, take care. Bye.